Hey everybody, good afternoon. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Hey guys, like I spoke in this previous video about videotapes being sticky and not playing through video decks and wrecking your machines and everything else because people do not bake their tapes. I just want to show you a perfect example. When you do things properly, you won't have any problems. Now this is a 1-inch tape from a customer I'm doing now. I baked this tape for 15 hours along with these 3 spot reels, which were also sticky. This is all black backer stuff. If you don't bake these tapes, you will have sticking problems in the deck. These tapes were very, very sticky. And like I said, I am transferring the first reel now. Awesome, awesome quality. And we're making some MPEG 4s for the customer. So, this is off 1-inch Type C, which is a Type C format. As you can see, the quality is great. You got no streaking, you got no glitches. Glitches usually occurs when tape is either sticky or your guides and everything on your video deck are not clean and the tape is catching on various different things. Then you'll start getting glitches. Not dropouts, but glitches. Happens a lot on these 1-inch machines because of dirty tracks, dirty spindles, and videotape being sticky. So what we do is we bake our 1-inch tapes. After we bake them, we clean them. And after we clean them, we get them on the machine to get ready to run them and, set our settings and everything else. And as you can see, when you bake, especially these black backer tapes, which are a real disaster. I mean, these things are a nightmare. But these spot reels, these are plastic reels. They would put short footage on, and they're black backers. You have to bake every one of those. You just have to. But if you do it right and you bake your tapes clean, especially these 1-inch tapes on open reels, you'll get them through the machine with no glitches, and you'll see they'll play back pretty clean, and especially these black backer tapes, which are a real nightmare. That's the whole idea, guys. You want to get the best video transfer you can. They wanted MPEG 4s on these, so apparently they didn't want anything in ProRes. They just wanted MPEG 4. So we're running these in MPEG 4 right now. And like I said, guys, 1-inch tapes, when they're really dirty, they'll start sticking and everything else from sitting for a long period of time. That's the black backer stuff. I mean, I can't even stress what a nightmare that stuff is. I really can't. We baked these tapes, we put them in the baker for about 15 hours. And I just got done repacking them, which is great because I had my IVC machine over here and I was able to repack them and fast forward them, repack them to get ready to play them on my Type C machine. So now we're getting awesome playback. This is what you want. You want to get the best possible playback out of these tapes. 9 times out of 10, you only have one shot to do it because, like I said, if you're running them through a machine, video heads take a beating on these tapes, and you just, considering the age, and it just creates even more dropouts. So you want to make sure you try to get your transfers in one pass. So if you do it step by step and do it the right way, and bake your tapes. I mean, seriously, bake all 1-inch tapes for at least 15 hours, at least. Then they got to be cleaned, which I clean them on the machine with material to make sure the tapes are clean, so it doesn't start clogging up the guides in the machine, which creates glitches. Not dropouts, but glitches in the playback. It's a big common thing. You see it all the time. So I try to minimize that at all costs to get the best playback possible, because most time you're getting a one-shot deal for a really good transfer, and you want to do it right. And these, like I said, these are 2-track audio, and video looks pretty good, and the video signal is awesome on these. Now this is Type C, broadcast Type C 1-inch. I get a lot of call for these from time to time. So when I do my Type C 1-inch tape transfers, there's a lot of little tricks you can do with these machines to get the best playback possible. And, there's a lot of little things you need to know how to do, especially when you're doing video recovery. This is not just a tape transfer. This is recovery to get it to a file, especially when you're coming off of these crappy spot reels with all these black backers. These things are a nightmare. But once you bake it for 15 hours, it's the type of transfer you can get. Good quality, good playback. I mean, this is a really nice playback for this tape. It looks really good. So you want to keep your tapes and your machines as clean as possible when you're dealing with sticky tape. But you got to bake them. The tapes need to be baked for a lot of hours. So you can reset that glue binder. Then you clean your tapes, clean your machines, clean your guides, and all at one time. You should be able to get them through the machine smoothly with good signal. You set your balances through time-based correction, and you get all that set up, and you should get a really, really sweet playback. That's the whole idea about doing 1-inch Type-C video formats such as these. 1-inch Type-C. You got to make sure these tapes are really, really clean, because you will have problems. Black backer tape stuff is crap. It doesn't mean all of them will be like that. If they were stored in a very, very good environment, and which a lot of people never do, but in some cases you do get some really good tapes in black backer where you don't have any problems, but not in the situations I'm in. Most of the tapes that come my way, they are sticky as hell because they didn't store them properly. But Obsolete Video Services has ways around that, and this is the type of quality you can get if it's done my way. But if it's done anybody else's way, which I've noticed on YouTube, a lot of people really don't know what they're doing. But we have our own processes for getting terrific playback on these 1-inch Type-C type of format tapes. And this is a 1-inch Type-C broadcast machine used in the 80s and 90s. It was a very popular video format, and as you can see, we're doing our first tape, and they play back just fine. So if you guys have any 1-inch Type-C videotapes and you want Obsolete Video Services to do those, let me know. We'd be glad to do those for you. And I hope you enjoy this video.